All right. What a great group of people. Welcome to Austin, Texas. And hope everybody had safe travels and everybody's up for a great day of talking about how to defend our nation. So thank you again for coming. And make sure you shake hands with as many people in this room as you can, either at our luncheon or at one of our breaks, and say hello to everybody. That's big part of the deal is getting to know everybody. So my name's Ernest Bezdek. I'm the regional or Southwest Regional President for NDTA. I been in this role for quite a number of years, and enjoy NDTA and enjoy working with the folks at headquarters. I also work for the Port of Beaumont. That's my job, and really enjoy working with SDDC and US Transcom. So a little bit about Texas. 5 interesting facts about Texas. It was once an independent nation called the Republic of Texas. I think we all knew that. It is larger than France. Dr. Pepper was invented in Waco, Texas. That's north of here, about 2 hours, Stephen? All right. It has its own independent power grid. And if you live in Texas, you know about that. From the ice storm a couple of years ago, we all lost power and we couldn't get it back. And Austin here is home to the world's largest known bat colony. How many knew that? A few people. Good. And if you get a chance to go see that at sunset, try to do that because it is a very, very interesting event. Friendship was adopted as the Texas state motto in February of 1930. The motto was most likely chosen because the name of Texas, or Tejas, was the Spanish pronunciation of the local Indian tribe word Tejas, or Texas, meaning friends or allies. So we're the friendship state. I'm going to just set the table today. Slide, please. Set the table a little bit for the day. We'll start today, of course, with a few safety notes. Colonel Newman, who is right here at this table, has agreed to be our safety coordinator. He will be responsible for calling 911 should anybody have any problems. Okay. I am certified in CPR and first aid, so I can help in that matter. He'll call 911. The exits are out this door here, and you can go either right or left, depending the opposite direction of where the smoke is. Okay. So that's how you get out of the building. And Colonel Newman is the Vice President Contingency Plans at the Exchange. So he's got good experience with this. All right. Just a couple of words about roles and limitations. The meeting today is a discussion body used to strengthen the strategic relationship between the Department of Defense, Department of Transportation, and our commercial partners. The meeting is not a forum to be used for contract negotiations and or contract discussions between carriers and the DoD. Such negotiations and or discussions will be in accordance with applicable DoD contracting policies or procedures. The meeting is not a decision-making forum and is not intended to reach consensus on issues. The meeting discussions cannot and do not obligate the government contractually or set formal policy in any way. Just got to get that up front here. Okay, thanks to our sponsors. Texas Capital sponsors, which are the main sponsors of the event, are Port of Corpus Christi and CPA Stevedores. Lone Star sponsors, Federated Maritime, American Roll-On/Roll-Off Carrier, ARC, SIU, AFL-CIO, SSA Marine, Port of Port Arthur, Port of Beaumont, and Bluebonnet sponsors, Landstar, Exchange, let me see here, PEJ Events. Did I say that correctly? Is there somebody here? Yes? Okay, good. WGMA, West Gulf Maritime Association, they are the labor negotiators with the labor for the ship lines. Center for Advances in Port Management, Lamar University in beautiful Beaumont, Texas. Where are they at? Okay, excellent. Thank you for coming. Placemaker, our hotel sponsor. Anybody stayed at Placemaker last night? That was interesting. I was driving around in the parking garage downstairs, and I said a stevedore would never make it out of that garage because of all the cement pillars. They would hit every one of them going out. So that was interesting. National and Synergy. And lastly, Logistics Industrial Realty. So I just want to make a couple of real quick, brief introductions. First of all, Stephen Bullard, stand up. And Renee Otley, where are you, Renee? She's back here in the back? Okay. Okay, give them a great hand. It's been a hell of a 2 weeks or so, or a hell of a month, right, Renee? You know, we started planning this thing, and we wanted Greg Abbott, the governor, to be here, and we also wanted, possibly, if he was a fail, the lieutenant governor. But then Kerrville happened, the floods in Kerrville. So let's all kind of keep them in our thoughts and prayers. They're still struggling with that down there. And the governor and the lieutenant governor were on the ground in Kerrville, working all of those issues. And then, of course, redistricting happened. So the legislature got called into session, and they had no time for us. And then last night, Admiral Brown and Colonel Himes runs into RFK Jr. on the airplane coming from Washington to Austin. And I think, what are they? Did you find out? Did you figure? I Googled it this morning. They were here to announce some sort of a program that Texas is enacting, and they're right here in the Capitol, I guess. Yeah, make Texas healthy again. So. Yeah. They said they were sitting in the lobby there waiting to board the plane in Washington, and this big group of 10 or so people with black suits and coats and ties walks by and walks right onto the airplane. There was no boarding going on or anything. They walked right onto the airplane, and they noticed that one of them was RFK. So interesting. So another important statement about Texas. So also I want to introduce Vice Admiral William Andy Brown, President and CEO of NDTA Headquarters. Andy, if you'll stand up, please. Stretch. He's got decades of senior military leadership. He previously served as Director of Logistics for the Joint Chiefs of Staff and Deputy Commander at U.S. Transcom. His distinguished career in global military logistics and strategic transportation makes him one of the most influential voices in national defense mobility today. And we're honored to have you here, Admiral. Colonel Craig Himes. Colonel. Senior Vice President, NDTA Headquarters, a former Army Group Commander and Transportation Strategist. He was down in Beaumont. I found a picture of him at one of our change of commands. He's led multi-million-dollar missions, shaped defense logistics policy, and trained the next generation of military leaders. These two gentlemen in attendance here in Austin is proof that they know and recognize the importance of Texas. They have our backs, and after today, you will be able to count on their support. Please shake their hands and get to know them during the breaks. They both have brought attention to NDTA with SDDC and U.S. Transcom and the command staff of both organizations. Gentlemen, thank you for attending today, and thank you for all that you do for our industry. I've got a few slides. These sort of are going to be covered in detail over the next couple of hours. If I can get this out of here. I don't know if I can get this out. I'll leave it here. So basically, we'll be talking about rail. We'll be talking about roads and trucking, okay? And, of course, ports. We've got three major strategic ports in the state of Texas, Port Arthur, Beaumont, and Corpus Christi. And we'll be talking a little bit about that and how each one of you in this room can benefit from all of that. And if you're not benefiting from that, see me and talk to me. And that includes some of our students and some of our academia that are here today. You know, I read a list this morning in one of the online. It was an online list, and it gave like the top 20 jobs in for college graduates today. And you know, not one of those was a logistics job. And they gave salary ranges, and I know what people pay in logistics today, and we are within those salary ranges. So we need to work to get that out there and make sure that logistics is a career path for a lot of our students. So it's something that we need to be proud of, and we need to work on. Next slide, please. Geographic advantage, direct Gulf Coast access, proximity to major bases. You know, Fort Hood is right up the road here. That's one of the largest, it is the largest military reservation in the U.S. And it's huge and very, very important to Texas. The highway and rail connections also. And again, a lot of this, I don't want to steal the thunder from a couple of our speakers this afternoon. Next slide, please. Strategic ports. These are the strategic ports on the West Coast from Tacoma, Washington, all the way down to San Diego, and of course, Anchorage, Alaska, which is undergoing some major repairs right now. Slide. Gulf Coast, we've already gone over that, including Gulfport, Mississippi. Commercial, and I believe they're the newest strategic port that we have is Gulfport. And then commercial strategic seaports on the East Coast, Philadelphia, Hampton Roads, Morehead City, Wilmington, Charleston, Savannah, and Jacksonville is probably one of the largest on the East Coast. 842nd Transportation Battalion. You're going to hear today from Lieutenant Colonel Beaumont, who is new in her role, and she volunteered immediately when we made the phone call and asked her to participate in one of the panels. And I found out last night the reason she volunteered is because Admiral Brown here would beat her if she wouldn't have volunteered. So, Colonel, we're looking forward to your comments. Okay, Class 1 rail carriers, BNSF, CPKC, and UP. As you see, it covers the southern United States, and that's important to military movements. Next slide. And of course, social support. Well, I want to tell one quick story here. I've got just about another 2 minutes. One quick story. You know, we rotate every 2 years, commanders, and every one of them, without fail, comes to me and says, you know, the support for the military in our area is fantastic. And that is important for Texas. We support our military, and we keep people happy when they do have to be assigned to our area. So that's something that we should be proud of, and we should continue that. Okay, that's it. So I'll introduce the first speaker. And I'm going to try to get through this name. Gear Alif Kelhagen. Is that correct, Gear? Where are you? That'll work. Okay. He is the Director of Maritime Division at the Texas Department of Transportation. He was appointed this position a few years ago, 5.5 years now. All right. He's done probably 20 years worth of work in that time, and he has been nothing but a cheerleader and a promoter for our industry in Texas. And he is a director in the Texas Department of Transportation, so his home is here in Austin. He's a respected leader in global logistics and maritime operations with experience spanning both private industry and public port systems, including his role as CEO of the Washington State Public Ports. His voice is one of the most respected in the industry. And I found out today you're good friends with SSA and Mr. Shane over here. And he said that he's got a couple of stories he wants to tell me later. Y'all grew up together? Is that right? Gear? Yeah, pretty much. That's strange, after all these years, now you're together in the same industry working. So please give a warm Texas welcome to Gear. I'm going to leave it at that.